In this short video, we'll provide a quick demonstration of how Agile teams can add BDD scenarios to user stories in Jira using AssertThat BDD, Cucumber and Test Management for Jira plugin. We'll show you how to link BDD scenarios, add new scenarios, and also set the mode of the scenarios to automated or manual. We'll show you how to manually execute the scenarios and also have a look at how automated test results can be viewed on the page as well. We'll assume that you've already installed the plugin. To view the AssertThat functionality, you'll need to enable it on a project by project basis. This is done from the project settings. So you can access it from the project settings here, go to AssertThat configuration, and again, enable for the project. Okay, so we'll start by adding a new scenario. You can add a new scenario to an existing feature or to a new feature. Start typing out the feature name. And it'll recognise all of the features with the word AssertThat in there. And then you start typing out the scenario name. And then you can start typing out the steps. You can also use the autocomplete functionality here. For example, just use control space on a Mac or option space on a Windows machine. I've typed in scenario and it lists out all the steps with the word scenario in there. I could easily just select them like that. Also available here is the shortcut to format the scenario. So that's just Control Alt L. And then we click Save. You'll notice here that you've got the option to unlink the scenario or to delete it. You get the option to delete the scenario only if you've created it on this page. If you wanted to delete another scenario, you'd have to do that via the features menu here. Other things that we can do here is we can set the mode to either manual or automated. And this is key for when you're downloading your scenarios to your test automation frameworks. We can also add existing scenarios to this page. You've got a number of options here to select the scenarios. You can search by the feature name, the scenario tag, or just start typing in the scenario name. Optional filters here are just to search for manual or automated ones. So we'll do an example here looking at the feature name. Then I can start adding scenarios, as simple as that. Search by tag expression. It lists out all the available tags that are used within this project. Okay. Also available on the page is the ability to expand and collapse. This is quite useful if you want to see all the steps or collapse the view here, which is quite handy for when you want to just see the summary of the scenario titles. On the right hand side here, you've got the test status, which you'll see being updated as we execute some of the manual scenarios on the page. So before we start executing some of the manual scenarios, I want to talk through one of the toggles regarding independent scenario execution. So go to project settings, AssertThat configuration, and you've got independent scenario execution. So this is toggled on by default, and what this means is if you have a scenario which is linked to many user stories, you can have a different execution status for the scenario for each of those different user stories. If it's toggled off, the execution will be the same for every user story that it's linked to. So to execute the scenario, what we need to do is click on the button here, add our comment, test passed for example, and then we can click on the execution status, and you can see under the execution history here who ran the test, the dates and the steps that were executed at that point in time. Other execution states are not run past, failed and not complete. So you can view the status of your automated test results within the AssertThat plugin. There are a number of places where you can see the status. Here on the issue view against the user story. We also have a number of different reporting, including dashboards, traceability, specific test automation reporting. The typical flow would be that you would host the BDD scenarios within the plugin. Your test automation framework would execute. It would select and filter which scenarios from the plugin would be downloaded and executed within the framework. The test automation results would be imported back into the plugin, and you could then see the status of the results in the page here. So in the background, I've just imported the test automation results from a test framework, and you can see that this scenario has now been updated. If I look at the execution history, I can see that there are 2 runs that have been imported, one for each of the scenario examples within the automated test. And you can see the test status have been updated here. We do have a number of other reporting capabilities within the plugin, which we'll cover in a later video. So in this demo, we've used user stories as the example issue type. However, the BDD scenarios can be linked to any Jira issue type. Okay, if you like this video, please click on the like button or leave a comment. That would be really appreciated. If you do have any questions, then please email us at support@certthat.com. We'll also put details into the video notes regarding how to arrange a demo of the plugin. Thanks for watching.